finally live. Oh dear, crazy, absolutely crazy bit of moment there. Oh right, well, so I was getting a little bit of food out of the fridge, and I hadn't been in the fridge since the day I'd driven over back to here to Biggleswade. I'm not kidding. Just all of a sudden, I opened up the door. It's like a bomb going off. For some reason I put a carton of orange juice in the door in a weird way. I think because the fridge was just so jam packed, and of course, as I've gone open up the door and it's managed to wiggle its way loose from wherever I had it while I was driving. As I open the door, it's just fallen down and it's just hit the floor and just burst at the seam, poof, like a proper I don't know, some kind of landmine going off, and just sent not orange, just apple juice, so everywhere, like just all like reached all the way across the van, even mental. So I've just spent the last God knows how long just wiping it all up. Oh dear. But anyway, that's why it's a bit later than expected anyway. Oh, what mayhem. Apple juice, not orange juice. Sorry, apple juice. Yeah, I just had like a carton of it in there. Hi Sue, hi Gracie, and hi Dan. Yeah, we're late. I'm good. I'm good on Boxing Day, Dan. Hope you're well. Yeah, had a pretty decent day actually. It was not the worst time spent with family I've ever done, to be honest. It was pretty okay. I'm just gonna, I'll put you over here. You can have a gander while I'm setting up the table. Oh, this tripod thing's sometimes a bit of a hassle. There we go. Oh, there's still some juice on the floor over there. I missed a bit. Okay, fine. Oh, must have got on the table as well. Oh dear. 1 second. Oh, yeah. Let's see that down there. Oh, I didn't really check this. But one of the sides of this has got sprayed. Yeah. And then there was some on the floor here. Wow, that got everywhere. Yeah, stop checking out my derriere. Oh dear. All fun and games. So let's set you up here. And see if we can't make this work. Right. How's that? Well, that's not terrible. I think we can go back a bit and then that'll help. And I think maybe don't have that quite so low. There we go. Back in Biggleswade, Dan. That's where we are. Hope I'm sharing the chocolate. Chocolate? What chocolate? You mean all the chocolate that's mine? Are you talking about the Toblerone, or are you talking about the Maltesers over there, or are you talking about all the stuff down on the floor? There's chocolate everywhere. Let's have a little look. Oh, yeah, modded stuff. Okay, yes, show me the modded thing. We've got a Theodore Robinson saying, please give shout out. Why did that get modded? Shout out to Theodore Robinson then. There we go. Yeah, that's a weird mod from the auto mod. Sorry about that. We've got Susie. Hi Susie, good to see you. So what we've got, Sue saying, do you have much planned for the weekend? Nothing solid, but tomorrow morning Lucas is coming by. Do you know what, he's a bit flaky. It was supposed to be today. He was supposed to pop by this evening and we were supposed to do a little bit of planning on his thing. So now he's apparently coming by tomorrow. And it's one of those things, sometimes I'll give him grace on it because he's a solid chap with this sort of thing. Let me just, there you go. I'm not liking how that setup is looking. Yeah, he's a solid guy, as we all know. But he does have this tendency to be slightly flaky when he's said about a plan, and then like a day or two later, his memory has just absolutely gone as to what he said. So plans change pretty rapidly. He's not the worst of my friends with that, but he definitely does that. He's one of those. Dan saying the one on the sofa. Yeah, that's no, that's entirely mine, Dan. And where are we down to? we're down to, we've got there, that's the next chunk there. So I've had all that bit. I'll be down that far. And just because that one's not enough, because I knew I'd need to share with Ethan, we have a we have a fresh one on the on underneath the tree, along with a load of Fox's biscuits and stuff. Because it's Christmas time, Dan, and you can't have enough chocolate at Christmas time. Theodore saying, keep going, great videos. Thank you, Theodore. Love to have you in the chat, being positive. Always like that sort of thing. Dan saying, where is your bed, mate? Hey, well, what? Surely you've seen how I do the sofa into the bed, Dan. That's a question I expect from a newbie, not from you. You're welcome for the shout out, Theodore. What's your? I'm sure it's meant to say favourite. Are you trying to say colour? My favourite colour is red. Believe it or not, even though I'm wearing the green. And what's that, Missy? Or are you talking about what's my favourite colour of Toblerone? And in which case it's the orange one, because this thing tastes like Christmas, really does. You know, this has happened before. Gracie's saying you can't see Dan's messages. You have to go into your settings and say all messages, because if you've got top messages, for whatever reason, Dan's do not come up for people. So he's been in before, and like a ghost, he's been in and out. No one's even seen him, other than me, because I've got all messages turned on. I make a point of doing that. Ah, you must be okay, Dan. Well, let me explain then. Seems you're asking. So this is the sofa. Let me turn around. I'll do it properly. So the sofa, right? And what happens is there is a video about this. You can see this on one of the videos. I think there's one of me and Ethan that Ivanhoe and I do a little bit of clip of it. But essentially, there's some cushioning at the back. I just take off, and this throw kind of gets like put, and my duvets in there as well, and some extra like padding stuff, and essentially that all comes off. It goes onto the table that's over on the other side for me, and then literally just it gets lowered down slightly on one side so it becomes flat, and yeah, and then the throw gets tucked over to the side, and my mattress with its sheet is revealed, and I put my pillow on. Boom. Bob's Uncle, it's a bed, but it's a small single basically. So it's a full length, but it's narrow compared to most. I think most standards are 90 centimeters. This is 75, but it can extend out. So this little panel here can flap upwards. Has legs that come out, and then I can add a bit of cushioning which is underneath this sofa. So stored below me, when I'm sitting here, a few water tanks which add up to about 240 litres, a huge water tank for a van. But also on top of those sits an extra bit of mattressing, which I can add to this one and turns it into like a small single. And that's how I roll when I've got company, I guess is what you'd say. It sounds complicated, but I'll be honest, it takes like, I don't know, probably like less than a minute to turn it from a sofa to a bed. Probably takes about, I don't know, 2 minutes to go the other way, just because I have to fiddle around making sure the sofa's built well with the cushions at the back. You're welcome, Dan. Always appreciate sharing. Always appreciate good questions. And oh, your lungs are feeling better. That's good, Susie. Glad to hear from you. Oh, we've got a Merry Christmas from, I don't know your name because it's just coming up with some random letters. Give us a shout out down there. Is that, I'm not sure if they're capital I's or if they're LL's, I don't know, but we'll go with capital, I think we're going to go LI. I think there's a capital LIOB7UC. That's the handle I'm getting. We're not getting channel names anymore, which is annoying. But comment down, well, put in the chat what your name is, and I'll give you a shout out. We have Lillian saying hi, Merry Christmas. Well, Merry Christmas to you as well. No, we'll accept Merry Christmas today. Today was more like Christmas Day for me, because that's when I see my family, for better or worse. It was a better one this time, actually. I shall share with you what I got for my Christmas presents, because I did get a few, and I mean, some of them are not very good. Like this thing, I can get the idea behind giving me a puzzle, but this is some kind of random puzzle. But I'll be honest, it's not quite my cup of tea. So it's one of those presents where I think like, yeah, okay. I see where you're going with it. You think I'm going to like puzzles and stuff, but I mean, there's not a lot of payoff. This is the kind of thing, once you've solved it once, it's done, but it's going to take a long time. Yeah, and I don't know that I've got the willpower to keep just looking at that, trying to solve it. And all it really is this like, I think there's, I'm not sure how many there was. I think there's like I think they said maybe like a dozen sort of columns, if you like coming out, spokes for want of a better word. And they're all supposed to add up to 42. So there's like probably one combination in here, but I'm aware of how many combinations there are. And sometimes like it like basically you can sort of see it hides numbers and lets them, so you've got a 10 here that's going to cover up whatever's there. So the combinations here are probably incredibly high. And I'm just like, I don't know if I could be bothered. Yeah, interesting really. And then I got, what did I get? I got a adult humorous game from I think my sister and her lot, which might actually be a good bit of fun to do on a stream. Maybe a slight bit rude on it, but I don't know. It's 16 plus apparently. Yeah, I think the puzzle was from my brother and his lot, I think, or the other way around, I'm not sure. And then I got some dad jokes, which I think actually this is quite good for the stream. Basically, it's just a load of cards full of dad jokes. So I've had an idea with this. Each day on stream, I'm going to do one of the dad jokes because there's 100 in here. That's going to do us for about 100 days. I'm going to give them a quick shuffle up. If you know me, I like to shuffle the cards. I don't think it really matters too much. Right, so let's do a dad joke. All right, so yeah, my plan actually. So I've grabbed them out, do the top one and put it underneath upside down, so now we've done it. So first dad joke. I used to work in a shoe recycling shop. It was soul destroying. Oh, how bad is that? Oh, that's a bad dad joke, isn't it? But one of them each day, I think. That's a good idea. And then Alan's random stuff sack, I guess. I mean, now it would be a good idea because they know I like pouches and stuff, but what someone's missed here, and I go on about this stuff, so how family misses this, I don't know, right? But it's basically 80% polyester, which means 80% plastic. So I like the idea, but it's not particularly useful inside the van. But I can probably use it down in the allotment for some veg or something like that, or something. So I'll take that to the allotment and it'll get used down there. And then some random little thing that you give a dude, which actually could be quite useful. I'll probably stick that on the keychain. A little multi-screwdriver that goes on the keychain. Can't argue with it. Probably come in handy at some point. So yeah, pretty reasonable. I will say that's probably the best year's worth of presents I've ever got because they're actually half decent. Was mildly surprised by that, if I'm honest. I don't know what goes on in my family and how they get from where they get to with these. Yeah, that was a good dad joke, really. Hey, Rach, good to see you. Lovely to have you back. Oh, we've got loads of chats. Sorry. Oh no, Susie's going on about this Andrew Garfield thing again. I do not look anything like Andrew Garfield. I don't know what this is about. Oh dear, that's a rose tinted glasses on, I think. You're going to film tomorrow, Gracie. That's cool. Get some audio on it this time. I think you'd be really good at the ASMR, Gracie. I have this feeling like I just seen your videos with the diamond art. I'm like, surely get a bit of audio in that. Like, I'm not talking you have to talk or anything, you know, but just the sounds with the little crinkling of the plastic bit there, and the kind of the pen doing its job, picking up and putting down these things. I just feel like there's got to be some noise there, the little kind of sticky sounds and stuff. That screams at me ASMR setup. So I'm like, give that a go, surely. Oh, we got a modded thing. What did the boys get? They got all sorts of random stuff, I'll be honest. I think the thing that stuck out for me was Henry, and I think Ethan too, but Henry was really liking this. He got a little explosive thing, like a little thing of light fuse. It's like a little frog, like a banger essentially, but like a pretty sizable little frog thing. And I was thinking, well, that's going to go down really well, isn't it? I didn't really see what else they got from everyone else, to be honest. I was a bit too distracted by things, but they just got some lot of random stuff that will probably just have it in their own granddad, so I don't think they're bringing anything here. Henry was definitely loving his new strap, whatever you call that. What's it called? The kind of bag that this is like goes around you. I can't remember. It has a name. I can't remember what it's called. But yeah, he's loving that. He was. Oh yeah, he did get a new battery bank. That was it. So, and I said to him, "Oh, you could put that in your pouch, and you'd be able to keep it with you. Extend your." And he was like, "Oh yeah, yeah." I said straight in. He goes. He loved that thing. He literally took about 3 seconds to start putting all his stuff from his old one to his new one. So I was quite pleased with that. I thought I'd done a good gift there. And Ethan loved his burrito game. I think any of you who saw that, we did that on the stream yesterday. That is a lot of fun. And I'll say, if your family likes a bit of an action-packed, kind of bit of a joke game, that is wicked. So I said to him, he can take that back with him to his other to his mum's place now if he wants to play with the other family, and he was liking that idea. We got a Ram Ram G from what is that? Sanatanisha. I don't know. Is that, am I saying that right? I don't know. Sanatan Isha. Hi Noah, good to see you. And person with a really, really crazy name that I'm struggling to pronounce. Hi to you as well. Bum bag. No, not the fanny pack, not the bum bag. No. No, I'm talking. This one goes around the shoulder, over one shoulder and around the side and back up again. So sling bag. That's it. I knew it had a name. Sling bag. So yeah, I've got a sling bag. That's what they're calling these now. So it's essentially like, it's supposed to be quite small. So rather than a big satchel, it's a small sling bag that's not supposed to dangle down. So it's just like on the part of the strap almost. Yeah. So sling bag, man bag, says Dan. There we go. I got there though. I knew it had a name. Oh, got lots of modded stuff. A person sling. Yeah, sling bag. Yeah. And we got Dampo. I'm not quite sure what you're saying by so beautiful gay, but okay. I don't know, but welcome. And we got oh, you said it, Dennis. No, dangling sling bag. Yeah, something like that. Right. So got a plan anyway this evening. Now we've got loads of people in. See, I could try to set it up with everything in the background, which would be like, nah, I'll just sit here like this today. But look what I got. I got shut the box. But we need to raise this up. What am I going to put this on? Let's get out the burrito game. Let's see. That's not too bad. Sometimes I think my if I just get that down, that's probably gonna do wonders for this. There we go. Right. There we go. Hopefully everyone can see that. Just going to try and... I'm now completely cockeyed on this though. So I think what I'm going to do is smooch that over, sit on the little chair. Wow. Let's do this properly. Let's do it properly. Let's just get it done. Right. Right, let's do it like this. Right, okay. So, Gracie, do you want first go at trying to shut the box? I can have a go and show you how it's done if you want. Oh, it's mirrored. I think you get the idea though, surely, of the numbers. Do I need to switch this around so it's not mirrored? Oh man. I guess so. All right, I won't be lazy. Deary, deary, dear me. This mirroring thing's annoying. Right. Let's get this done. let's get it doing. We need that gone. Go here. Right, let's go all messages. Chat for all messages. Thank you very much. Right, what we got? What is Gracie saying about where I like to be? What? I don't even know what Gracie's talking about. Right, switch the camera. Okay, and then we've got to readjust that. Okay, let's see how that is. Ooh, not bad. I think we're not quite central. I'll do that. Boom. Okie dokes. The only thing is, I don't know if you can actually see. No, I have to actually have it higher up and then angle it down. Otherwise, you can't see. So let's try that. And then back a little way. Oh, there we go. So potentially you can now see the dice as well. Yeah, there we go. Well, here we got there. Right, so oh, you like to be behind on the chat is what you're saying. Why would you like to be behind? That's weird, Gracie. Right, so do you want to have a turn at this, Gracie, or shall I just have a go first so you can see how this game's played? Because I can roll the dice for you, but you have to make the choice about what to close down. I think some of it's obvious, like if you roll a 12 or 11, I'm just going to close them down for you, but it's more about choosing down the middle. But also I can just play if no one's interested in playing. It's not about choosing numbers, you've got to roll dice, Susie. Right, and I think that Susie's never seen this game, so you'll have to watch Susie and you'll have to see how this works. Right, I'm going to roll them for Gracie. So you got 6. So what do you want to close, Gracie? I assume you just want to go for the 6, but you could go with the 2 and a 4, or the 1 and a 5. We need to give Theodore Robinson a shout out for his dad. I'll always give a shout out when asked. 6, okay, all right. And then we got 7. I assume the 7. Wait. So you're saying the 2 and the 4? Okay. And now you got a 7. So now what do you want to do? Gracie with a change of mind. Wait. Now you've retracted. Oh, Gracie. I'm going to let you do this one time. This is it. So you're doing the 6. What about the 7? Do you want the 3-4? Do you want the 2-5? Or do you want the 7? Be quicker in the chat, Gracie. Otherwise I'm gonna be like, oh, 6 and 1. Okay. Wait. Oh, so you wanted the 2 and the 4, and then you're going to go 6 and 1. Okay, right. And then you're going to 5. Well, you only have one choice for that, so I'll put it down for you. I think you've made some bad choices. Oh, you got the 12. You got the 12. So we'll give you the 12. I assume you want to do the 12. You could technically do the 3 and the 9. Now, what we're going to do here is we're going to do points. You get a point for everyone you have down. So at this point, you could take the risk, go for the 12 and hope to get another big number, or you could take the 3 and the 9, and that gets 2 more down. So you're cool. 3 and 9 or 12. Because what we're going to do is we're going to play a game. I think what we'll do is you do one, then I do one, and we'll see who basically got the most closed down. Yeah. So basically what it works is you can do 3 and 9, which makes 12, because you rolled a 12, right? Or you can do the 12, okay? There aren't any other option here that you can do, because it has to, whatever you close on has to add up to 12. And most people go for 12 if you're trying to play it on your own when you're trying to close the box. But the game here is, can you beat me the number of, like, basically panels you close, number of them that you shut down. So at this point, if you close the 12, that's only worth 1 point to you. And if you roll, like, say, a 5, you're out, because you can't keep going once you can't shut anything. But if you shut the 3 and the 9, that's worth 2 points. So what's it going to be? A 12 or a 3 and 9, Gracie? You said it with a question mark, Gracie. I thought you were asking me a question. Right. 3 and 9. Okay. And then it's a 3. So you did the right thing because you ain't going to get any more points. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points. Right. I'm going to see if I can beat you now. All right. Can I close more than 7? I've got a 10. That's a great start. All right. What next? 6. I'm going to go straight up on the 6. That's a 5. 6. Ooh. 2 and a 4. Ah. 5. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think you beat me, Gracie. I only got 5 closed. Gracie wins that one. Susie, please don't start spamming now. I love the positivity, but let's not spam too much. Right. Does somebody else want to play me on a game? I'll tell you what, I'm going to do the next one. If anyone wants to chime in and say they want to try and beat my score, then you can try and beat my score. So there's 8. 10. Oh, that's a solid start. 5. 4. Oh. Oh, 11. Oh, man. Can you imagine if I did it on this game? 5. I have to do them. Not so good. 6. Okay. So 2, 4, 6. I've got 8 of them. Anyone want to have a crack at beating that? Anyone up for the challenge? We've got a lot of viewers in. We've got new people we must have. So get in the chat. Tell me hello and where you're from. And hit the sub button as well. Well, I'm not seeing anyone saying they want to have a crack at it. So I guess you're all scared because I've got so many of them. 5. If you want to have a crack at beating me, you have to do it before the start of the game, though, I think. Well, I'm going to make a rule. I was going to wait until I've had a pathetic turn, haven't I? 5. Oh, that's terrible. That's terrible. I need big numbers. Oh, I'm out already. Look, 4. So I'm not giving you the option on that one. No way. So if you shout now, you'll get it after this go. I'm not ignoring the chat. People say, oh, Rach should have a go. There we go then. All right, Rach, let's let you go first then. Ready? So you got a 6. What do you want to put down first? Now we've got modded. You're doing a little naughty today, Gracie. What do you mean a little naughty? As in like the drinking? A 4 and a 2. 2. Okay, that's good. That's good. All right. You got 9. I'm assuming you're going for this, but you could go other things. You could go like a 1, 3, and a 5. That makes 9. That'd be quite risky this stage on, because you kind of want to keep your low ones, I guess. You can't do 4 and 5. 4's already closed down. You're not getting the rules yet, are you, H? So your options are to do the 1, 3, and the 5, or the 9. That's basically your options. Or 6 and 3. Yes, well called. I didn't see that one. Rach spotted something I didn't. Okay, 7. Well, you definitely only have one option here, so I'm going to put the 7 down for you. You've kind of used up all your options already, I think. 4. That's it. So you did 5. 5 down. Let's see if I can beat 5 then. Can I beat Rach's 5 closed? I've got 7. I'm going to go straight for that. And we've got 8. I'm going to go for that. 8s again. I'm going to go for the 6 and the 2. Could have gone for some different numbers on here. Maybe got 3 down, but 7. Okay. This is not great. Big numbers. 6. That's lucky. Well, I've definitely beaten Rach. Can I get any big numbers? No, I can't. So I beat you, Rach. Rubbish. I've seen worse. Ethan Lee played this earlier, and he had a crack. And I'm not joking. He got like 3 numbers down and then was out. I was like, wow, there's not much worse than that. Because I think basically you could roll a double one twice and you're stuffed because you'd have to put down a 2 and then you can't go. And that's like the worst that you can do, I guess. Anyone else want to go? I'm going to have a crack while I'm waiting for anyone to say if they want to have a go. Because we're going to also try to see if we can't get it shut today. We want to shut the box if we can. Oh, 6. Need big numbers. 9, that's good. 6. The 2 and the 4 or the 1 and the 5? 2 and a 4. Let's go for 2 and 4. 12. Yes. You've got to get the 12 in. 6. Oh, that was a good call there. Right. 8. Oh. Don't know what the odds are rolling a 10 and an 11 in a row, but we didn't get it. That was a big one. Yeah. What are you drinking, Gracie? Nothing too strong, I hope. All right. 5. 12. We got one. Like getting that 12 early on. 8. 9. Lovely. It's a solid start. Oh, 11. Whoa. There's a real shot here. There's a real shot here. 7. Or orange juice and Prosecco. Isn't that called something? Isn't that like a mojito or something? I don't know. 8. Oh. Right. 4. Oh, it was 9. Oh, that's brutal. I could have done 8 over here, and I did 10 here, and of course I rolled 9. Oh, that's sucky. That's really sucky. Learn your drinks, my friend. I will not learn my drinks, Boone, because I am not a drinker. So you can tell me what that is supposed to be. What is that? That has a name? Basically orange juice and champagne or something or whatever. Doesn't it have a name? And basically I'm going, okay, it's Prosecco. It's kind of a sparkling drink. What is that? I don't know. You walked into the fridge, like into it, or just like bumped into it? Because when you walked into the fridge, it's a very different thing to like walking into the fridge, if you see what I mean. Oh, that one doesn't count because it's not on the line. So there you go. I have the rule. It has to be in this area here. It can't be up here. 8. 11. Oh, we like the big numbers. 8. Come on. 12. Now that's killed me. And that's why you generally don't put down the 2. Fair enough. Okay. Well, we've got some modded chat. Susie's getting modded left, right and centre. Oh, we've got another bad one. 8. Hey, Cat's in. Hi, Cat. I'm good. How are you? I'm going to go 7 and 1. That's got to be redone. 10. Okay. Oh, we've got the 12. This is shaping up good again. Can we get an 11? Oh, we get a 5. Come on. 11. 7. We can do 7. 8. We can do 8. Down the last 2. Oh. That's the second time in a row it's done that to me. Could have had a 9 or 11 this time. It's gone 10. Last time I could have had an 8 or 10 and it gave me 9. I tell you. Somebody's having a joke with me. Right, 9. Cat, as you're in, you can play with me if you want. After I've done this one, you can have a go, and then I will try to beat your score after that. There's an 11, there's a 4. I can roll the dice, but you can choose which ones we put down. Whoa, that's not great numbers. I need big numbers now. 7. What time did I go live at? I don't know. How long have we been going for? It usually tells me somewhere. Oh, I'm not on that one. It's up there. I don't know. Somebody tell us how long we've been going for. Sure, just you can see on the scroll bar how long we've been going. Surely, I don't know, but it's not been long. 5. No, we're done. We're dead. We did in the water. So, Kat, do you want to have a game? I can roll for you. You can decide what to shut, and then I'll try and beat your score after. Do you fancy it? Do you fancy the game, Cat? What's Gracie saying yeah to? How are you doing, my little cat? Are you well? How is everybody else doing? Are you all good? I don't know if I might have forgotten to ask some of you how you're doing. So assume I'm asking you now. If I haven't already asked you, and tell me how your Boxing Day's been, and tell me what presents you got. Everyone's got to tell me what presents you got. Your favourite present, at least. You got to tell me what was your favourite thing to get. Oh, something Rach said. Okay. Oh, got an 11. I'm gonna go 10-1. That's a really solid start. Oh, and I roll a 4 of all things. How brute was that to get the top 3 out of the way, and then it just does me like that. 6, 11. Yes, come on. The big 12. 9 will be good. Big 12. 7. 12, please. 8. Oh, it's good. 12. 4. 12, please. Oh, 9. No. God, did well though. Did well. 6. 5. Oh, can we get there? Come on. We've surely got to get there soon. 8. 7. 9. 10. Done with 7. All right. 6. 6. Oh, wait. Yeah, it was 6, yeah. 7. 6, 7, says Cat. Right, auto bound for the 6, 7. No, just joking. 5. This is not a great... No, I don't think we're going to get there on that one. Right, let's warm up the dice. 12. 6. It's half what we needed. Let's get a 12. 7. Just... So now, it does look like that dice maybe might have a little dent in one corner, making it uneven. Loaded dice. 6. Did I miss a message? Sorry, Cat. What about... Oh, we had a power cut at 6:25 to 7:20. UK Power Networks estimated our power to be restored at 10:30 to 11:30. It was actually restored significantly earlier. Cool. Do you know, I used to love a power cut. And when the boys were little, we actually did a thing where I'd just go into the to the circuit breaker, and I would just shut down the power deliberately to just have like a power cut night. And it was a whole thing of like basically then we wouldn't have screen time or anything like that. We'd have candles out and we'd do fun games, and it'd just make it all like what, because I used to love a power cut when I was little, because everybody got like all together close and would be doing stuff together, and it was like a really cool way to spend the night. And I highly suggest that to any parents out there. If you've got young kids and you haven't done this yet, deliberately just switch the power off to the house. So like, you know, no lights, no TV or anything like that. You can leave on, like I left on certain things, like if you've got like electric heater or anything like that. But you can just turn off anything that's like that anyone can actually accidentally turn on. And then you're saving yourself a bit of money for the night, but also, you know, just basically have some stuff ready to go. So you have some candles, you can have like tea lights or real candles. Maybe like we had like a wind up torch, and Henry would be around the house looking at things and winding his torch up, going around loving it. And like he was in charge of the wind up torch. If you needed to see something, he'd help you. And like I'd have to cook with the lights off, and it'd be a whole thing, just a whole big adventure basically. And for little kids, something like that, you can turn it into a huge adventure. That says 12. Did I put that there or did I roll that? Do you know, I don't know. I'm just going to start again. Cat says, I hate power cuts. Why? How do you play this game, says Cat? Well, basically, I roll dice. and I get 7, and I can choose, do I put the 7 down, or do I put the 6 and the 1 down, or maybe put 3 and 4 down, or the 2 and the 5. And basically you can put as many as you like that add up to the number. So like if I rolled an 11, I can put 11, but I can also put a 10 and a 1, or I could put like an 8 and a 3, or I could do a 2, 4 and 5. But essentially, if you roll a number and you can't put down the correct amount, so let's say I put down 2, 3, 4, and then suddenly I roll a 3, I can't make 3 out of the remaining numbers, so I'm out. Now the game is played solo in the way that you're just trying to close the whole entire thing, and that's how you get a win, and it can take a long time, which is what I'm doing when I'm waiting for people to play. But if someone wants to play against me, what we do is you have a turn and I have a turn, and we see who can get the most of these closed. So we're counting each one down as a point, and if you want we can even play best of 3. It's up to you. So hopefully those rules basically make sense to your cat. If you want to have a crack at beating me, just say so, and I'll let you have a turn. Oh, got 12 in. But in the meantime, the objective is to see if I can't on stream shut the box, because that's what this game is called. Shut the box. Shut the box. All right, 7. Oh, I just need that 10 and 11. Oh, another 7. Come on, 10 and 11. 7. Done. Dead in the water. Right. Looks like Gracie wants another go. Shut the box. That's what it's called. Shut the box. Oh dear. So anyway. Yeah, okay, so Cat first then. So this is your turn, Cat. When I've rolled a number, as quick as you can, tell me just the basic numbers that you want to put down. So you've got a 5. So you've got a couple of options. So the trick here is obviously you want to get as many close as possible without getting killed off, but also if you combo too early, you can end up taking your options away and getting yourself stuffed anyway. So there is a bit of a trick to it when you're playing those. So you're going for the 1 and the 4, okay? That's fair enough. Then you've got a 7. You've got some options again. Gracie says, I heard that. Gracie, I said shut box. Shut the box. 2 and 5. Oh, see, so you've split too many times, and now you've got a low number 5 and you can't go. So you've only got 4 down. So all I've got to do is beat 4 here. And I said that like as if it's going to be easy, but 4, okay. 4. If I roll another 4, I'm in trouble. I've got big numbers here, come on. 6. I think I've leveled you up. 6, oh, it's a draw. Right, okay. Rematch. Your go, Cat. Ready? 9. What are you going to do? You can just put the 9 down. You don't have to combo up, remember. 9, okay. 11. I think I know what you're going to do here. I think you're going to put a 1 and a 10 down. No. Are you going to put the 11 down? Yeah, okay. Another 11. So, oh, that's 2 11s. That's pretty solid. I think I know what you're going to do here, but we'll see. I have a feeling you're going to win this one, Cat. 1 and a 10. You got a 4. That's only one option there. So, oh, I've got to put the 4 down for you. There are no other options for that. And then 10. Now you've got options. What are we going to do? Two and 8, okay. Can you get the 12? No, you get a snake eyes, which if you did on a 3-7, you'd have got away with that and got another one down. You got to think about things like that. So you've got 3, 7 down. You've got 7 down, okay. Got to beat 7. 4 for me. God, don't do me with all the 4s again. 6. Come on, big numbers, big numbers. 7. Bigger numbers. 11, yes. Another big number, come on. Another 11. I'll take the 10 and the 1. I'm almost matching you here. Whoa. Oh. Spoke too soon. I've rolled a 6. That's a 2 and a 5, right? You beat me by 1 on that one, Cat. Well played. Well played. Chris is in. Hi, Chris. He says, hi all. Hope everyone had a good Christmas day. Just don't shout too loud and I will be all right. What did you say, Chris? I'm sorry. It had to be done. Right. Yeah, Merry Christmas, Chris. Good to see you. Or Happy Boxing Day. Right. Gracie, are you wanting to play? Don't beat me, though, if you play me. Because can't just beat me. I don't want to get beaten again. Right. Are you ready, Gracie? Give me a quick yes in the chat so I know that you're actually paying attention. Otherwise, I'll be playing with a ghost. All right, cool. You got a 7. Watch you shut down. I think you should do the 2 and the 5 so you can roll a 2 and then we'll be done. Thank you, Susie. Are you going to give us a game after this, Susie? Yay! Here he is. Jimmy's in. Good to see you, Jimmy. Merry Christmas for yesterday. And how's your Boxing Day been? What do you mean 3 and 2? You rolled a 7. 3 and 2 make 5. Right, somebody get Gracie a calculator quickly. Oh dear, I can see you did well on your maths exams, Gracie. Oh, I'm evil, aren't I? I'm evil. Oh dear. The iOS calculator. No, like one that works. A calculator that actually works. That's what you need. I'm joking. May Crimbo says, Jimmy, ended up getting some stuff for the charity shop ready. Oh, nice. Wait, are you saying that the presents you got given are going straight to charity shop, or are you saying that you like boxed up some stuff charity shop? I think I know how that works. Come on, Gracie, what numbers are you having? I'm not giving you 3 and 2, so tell me what number you pop it down. Also, just do 7 for you. 3 and 4 works? Yes, 3 and 4 works, yeah. Right. And then you've rolled a 4 and immediately got booted out of the game with just 2 down. If I get that bad, I mean, that's basically as bad as it gets. You know, I mean, that's the worst you can do in this game is 2 rolls and out. So I got 5, which means I should be safe for any roll. 7. All I can do is get any number now, and I should be good. 3, and I beat you. Sorry, Gracie, that was, I have to say, that was pitiful, I'll be honest. Should have just closed the 7. All right, got 11 there. Oh, come on with the 12 here. 6, come on. This is looking pretty solid if I can get 12. 4, no, come on, 12. 7, it's no good. Right. I failed my maths 3 times already. Well, we'll call it 4 now, Gracie. Oh, dearie me. Right, I was going to say, if you failed your maths 3 times, are you sure it was 3 times? That's what you have to ask yourself. Yeah, do you know what the number 3 even is? I'm joking, Gracie, sorry. Number of people are just weird, he says. Jimmy said, we just have too much stuff. We didn't do gifts this year. We just don't really need anything right now. Yeah, a lot of people have way too much stuff. It is a problem. Probably will be 4 this year, says Gracie. Well, Sparker's not a spring chicken, so 14 back then probably wasn't that early to be leaving school. I don't know. I don't know. I'm being rude to Sparker now. No, Yeah, I imagine there's a story in there somewhere, but yeah, complicated youth probably sums it up, Sparker. I've known a few people who didn't make it through the 16, I've got to be honest. Well, I did know them. I don't really speak to them anymore, but right, I'm going to just crack on with trying to break this losing streak of not closing the box. See if we can't get this thing closed. Whoa! Dice down, dice down. Well, I thought I was getting it, now I've kicked it somewhere. There it is. Oh, you little monkey. Right, out from the table. I think I can reach that. Oh, there we have it. Boy, blimey. Right, okay. Start that again. Right. 6. And 11. Nice. 6. 8. 6. Need the big numbers. 10. That's one of them. 12 now. Come on. 10. Or we can do that. Oh, down to 2. Down to 2. Just need the 9 and the 12. Let's check some chat. I'm thinking about going to we're going where? I think it's a bit late for Spark to be regretting what he did and didn't do when he was 14 to 16. He's long past all them years. Level 2 is that GCSE's Cat. No, Cat. I think Cat's in the middle of doing his A level, surely. Sixth form, didn't you say, Cat? I think you said that in the chat. A level 2 maths exam. I guess is that. I'm guessing that's something to do with A levels. Right, come on in. 9 or 12. Everyone wish for a 12. Come on, everyone do it right now. Wish for the 12. I said wish for the 12, not a 3. Blimey. Come on, work with me here. 3. 9, that's not bad. So you're saying life must have been difficult moving around so much. Yeah, I've got to say, it's not great on a young'un. I mean, obviously we've kept the boys as stable as we can in a van life situation, and they've had a stable, like, sort of upbringing. But when you're moving as much as, from what I understand, what Sparker did, geez, I mean, you can like you get military kids and stuff like that, where they're supposed to like settle in really rapidly, and then like maybe be in a place for 6 months and then just move the other end of the country or something. I think like that's just crazy for a kid to be expected to deal with all that. It's just so harsh. We've got some modded chat. I would never say that, Gracie. Never at all. I would not tell you to shut the box. Look, so we've got Chris in the chat saying 12. No one else is helping with this stuff. God, well, thank you very much, Chris. We've got one person on team here. 11. Come on, we need to see the 12. We need to see the 12. Oh, it's an 11. We can do 9 and 2. Come on, 12. 10. We'll take it. That's looking solid. This one's got a chance. Come on, people. Let's root for the 12. If we can get the 12, that's solid options down there. 11. We can do 3 and 8. We can do 3 and 8. We're not dead yet. We just need the 12. Come on. Come on for the 12. We've got some modded chat. Yeah, something like that, Cat. Right. 12. Come on. 12, 12, 12, 12, 12. 9. Well, it's halfway between 6 and 12 again. There you go. Stuffed with the middle again. And I saw no 12s in the chat, which means I wasn't helped by you guys. This is the problem. You have no help. Come on. Give me the help when I need it. 11. That's it. That's a good number. That's a good number. Bucks fizzes. Oh yeah, I forgot Gracie's been doing some drinking. That'll explain the bad maths, won't it? We will let you off the hook, Gracie. Changing schools and making new friends all the time must have been very unsettling. Yeah, that's it's got to be. There we go. We've got some 12s coming up from Cat now. We need the 12. Come on. Oh, it's 11. Can we even do 11? Yeah, we can. Come on, 12. Oh. Oh, man. Right. Let's get the 12 out of it straight away. Come on. Yes! There we go, see? When you call for it, it'll come, but you've got to call for it. Right, now some big numbers. Wouldn't mind another 12, but 11 or 10 would be great. Ah, got to re-roll the 6. Oh, it came out. So we've got the 9. Oh, that's a solid start. Come on, 10s and 11s here. But 12s will do as well, because we can use the numbers down here. 10. Oh, that's a pretty good solid start. Come on. I think this is Cat giving the shout for the 12s has helped here. 9. We're going to go 8 and 1. Come on. 11. Need 11. 5. Car. Please. Please. I want to see some 11s in the chat. Come on. Help me with this. Come on. 11s. Yes! We've got the 11. That is the best I've ever seen on this. That's a real shot right there. Thank you, Kat, for the 11 in the chat. Right. Can we get this doing? 3. Oh, do not do me with low numbers. Come on, come on. Give me a 7 now. Come on, 7. Bring it to 7. Come on. 4. Oh, we need 7. Come on, 7. 8. Oh, the most common number on the dice, the number 7. That's all we need. I want to see some 7s in the chat. Come on. Let's call for some 7s. We just need 1 7 right now. Who's calling? Susie, don't call a 9 on the chat. I want 7s only. I can't even roll now. That's rude. Susie. You break my heart, Susie, calling a 9 when I need a 7. This is awful. Come on, people. Call me 7 in the chat. Call me out 7. Come on. I really want to close this box one time. I really do. Right, here we go. We go. 7 7 7. Ah! No! It's an 8. Oh, that's like the best shot I've ever had. Oh, man. Oh, that's just that's soul destroying. No, I can't re-roll. Can't re-roll. Not allowed. Right, 5. Back to it. I can't believe how close we got there. That was incredibly close. Oh, the 7 as well. Of all the numbers to have left over. 6. Oh, we're dead already. All right. 5. Jimmy with a 6 7. What is this going? No, Jimmy. No, Jimmy. Jimmy's asking to be banned in the chat. I'm joking. I'm not one of these people who ban someone for a 6 7. Oh, dearie me. Thank you, Sparker. But I didn't see you shouting for my 7, though, did I? It was rude. It was absolutely rude. Can't believe it. I got no support. Well, I didn't get no support. I did get some. But we need to do better. Right, 10. Here we go. Now we need that 12 again. Nice and early. Come on, 12. 9. Come on. No one's too old to say 6 7, to be fair. But 6 7 itself is a bit old now. Even the kids have got bored of that. They've moved on. 4. Here we go. 8. If Chris is in, what happened on Christmas? Yeah, Chris is the expert on Christmas, I guess. 3. God, we need the big numbers. We need the big numbers. 7. Now we get a 7. Right. Come on, 12. Useless. Useless, useless, useless. Useless. Susie, why are you shouting out random numbers now? 6. We will get there. 7. Oh, we've got modded chat. Whoa, I can't even see the modded chat. Yeah, you can have another turn. I'll give you one. I'll give you one after this game. What on earth? Okay, you've got money because you sent it so many times. Cat, don't spam. Gordon Bennett. Right. Okay, I'm going to finish this one and then yours goes next, Cat. Okay, 10, 9, 12. Oh, we're on to one here. We're on to one. 8. We need the 11. Need the 11 now. And that would be a good position to be finishing in. Come on for the 11. 4. Please. One time for 11. 3. Come on. 11. Yes. It's not as good as needing a 7 though. We need the snake eyes. Chris says, had all the family in getting drunk. Wow. That's how it's done. Right. I want to see the 2s in the chat. Come on. We just need the 2 and we can get there. Give me some 2s. Thank you, Rach. Thank you, Rach. Come on. For the win. Oh. Well, it was a double. Just one double one. I mean, there's a single one there and there. If you don't count the other 8, we're there, but we didn't. Oh. Right. Go on then, Cat. This is your go. Thank you, Sparker, for the 2s. Right. 10. What are you closing? Let us know, Cat. Oh, even Chris gave me the 2 that time. Let's see, that's better. We got the 2s in the chat. A bit delayed, but I know the chat's a bit delayed sometimes. Cat going for the 10. Okay. Right. Oh, I've got to re-roll that. Whoa. 11. Solid. God, if Cat gets the close, that'd be good. I'm guessing an 11. I'll wait for the official call. Yep. From Cat. 9. Wow, that's a solid start. I'm guessing a 9 for Cat. It's like, does Cat try to go for the full close or to go for as many as possible so that he can beat me? 10. Oh. Options now, lots of options. What are you going to do, Cat? Oh, there's a bit of thinking now. 2 and 8. Okay. That's fair enough. I think I would have probably gone slightly different on that one. Then we've got 8. I think I know where you're going to go with this one. So, according to Gracie Maths, you'll probably do like the 1 and the 3. Oh dear. So we're doing for an 8. What are we doing for an 8? We're doing 1 7? Yeah, we're doing 1 7. Right, okay. 9. Well, you got a couple of options there. Cool, you're not far. If you can roll a 12, you can get the close. And I'll take it. I'll take it if it's on Cat's go. 3 6, okay. 7. Unlucky. Unlucky. Okay. So you got all but 3 down. So that's 3, 6, 9 down. So I think you probably won that, but let's see. Maybe this is the one where I close it. Let's see if I can beat Cat's 9 down. That's a reasonable start. 8 and 1. 10. Oh, come on for the 12. Come on for the 12. 11. Oh, it's a good one if we can get 12. Come on. Oh, the first 6 landed and I was like, go on, go on. And then it was the 5. So I've got to do 11. Okay. Yeah, well, do I do 5 and 6? Or I'm going to go 5 and 6, actually. I'm going to keep the 4 and the 7 up. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Come on. 12. 8. That's annoying. If I'd have done it the other way around, I could have closed more. If I'd have done it that way, I could have closed that, and I would have beaten you. You see, there's. I was going for try to close the whole thing when I should have been thinking about, can I just basically beat you? Ah, so let Cat have the win again. Cat's undefeated. Well, we drew one game, but you're undefeated because you didn't lose, did you? Oh, blimey. Oh, right. Right. Cool. I'm getting a bit burnt out on this, I'll tell you. Oh, I need to read the chat. Yeah, well, yeah, I think Boxing Day is like, you know, it's that start of like it's basically hair of the dog, and then I think that this weekend there's going to be a few hangovers and bad heads, isn't there? Right. Yeah, I'm going to have a little break from this for a little bit. It's just I'm like, wow, that's a lot of stuff going on. So let's flip you guys back around and have a little chit chat and a natter. Yeah, the stove is still going quite nicely. Let me just sort this out a little bit. Yeah, you can just about see the flames in there, but I do think I need to put another log in. Can you, let me spin it around. You can see that. It's down to just some small bits. So, yeah, we'll get, we'll get a log in. The complicated procedure of sticking a big fat log in the fire. I actually need to air it out a little bit. It's very warm in here. It's got very hot again. So I'm just going to do a little bit of airing out. Woohoo. And spin around, let you see the view. So yeah, the green space as usual, but the other side of the tree line there is the road, a little sort of bypass they put in that cut all this off and separated it from everything. And then you've got like the shops all over there. You can sort of see some of the lights, and they kind of sprawl out over that way. So you've got like a McDonald's just over that way, a certain distance. And then behind that is a Lidl's, and then you've got like other stores. And then the other side of the main road is where you've got all the rest of the retail park. Yeah, it's a nice area. It's been pretty good this Xmas, says Sparker. Been out with the hound every day, so no hangovers. Nice. Taking care of yourself, that's always good. Right. Oh. I'm just wondering if I get a little snack or a drink or something, I don't know. I feel like I might need something. Oh, the problem is, so here's the thing for me, I've been eating too much stuff, especially too much sugary food. So, yeah, basically what that means for me is I, do you know, you can't even see the fire right now, but I'll try and do my best with that. Right, there you go. That's actually a pretty good spot and angle. There you go. Just relax back for a bit. Yeah, yeah. So the problem for me is like I don't get a alcohol hangover. I get a sugar hangover. So it starts to make me feel like peckish for something else, and that's kind of like the slippery slope of putting back the weight. But I won't be doing anything of the sort. I'm just going to have like 1 week where I'm a little bit naughty, but not too crazy like I used to be, and yeah, just kind of you know, work it all off over the sort of the rest of January, I guess. What time is there, asked Susie? That's a good question. It is just gone 8:30. That's the time here. I think are we like 3 hours ahead of you or something, Susie? I think. I don't know. I think it depends. Well, obviously Brazil's got lots of different time zones, isn't it? Like, we've got 3 different time zones over there. But I seem to recall that you might be 3 hours. I'm not sure. Kat's asking when Henry and Ethan were back. Well, Henry won't be, not this week at least anyway. So he was here obviously yesterday with me, but he has decided to go back to his mum's for the week. I think he's preferring his time over there, if I'm honest. He gets away with a bit more. I think he's allowed his phone more, to be honest, and I think that's a big selling point for him. I think if I allowed him to just sit around on his phone all day, he would probably enjoy his time here more, or at least let him have it like more in the evening. But obviously, don't want him sitting around on it too much. So he has the option to stay at his mum's and have, I guess, more. I think she obviously doesn't let him have it in the daytime, and there's lots of schoolwork on. But once that's done, I think he's just allowed to have his phone and do whatever he wants in it. Yeah, and he kind of gets to do a bit more of what he wants to do over there. So yeah, it's just the way it is. Whereas Ethan prefers his time here with me, I think, just because he gets to do more of what he likes here. So yeah, it's just the way of it. But Ethan will be back on Sunday, so me and him will be having some adventures, and we'll be doing a few games and whatnot. Yeah, and I don't know what will happen over the weekend with Lucas. I'm assuming he won't be on the stream, but who knows? He might decide that he's happy to like play some games with me on the stream. I don't know. I'll see what he's up to and what he wants to do. He's always a bit of a sort of a mixed bag with things, because he likes to do things, but also then sometimes he gets in a negative space. So, and then sometimes he's up for something and other times he's not. So who knows? He may be into it, he may not be. Yeah, so yeah, we're according to Susie, we are definitely 3 hours ahead. There you go. My eyes are small and cute. What? Look at the small eye. Oh, dearie me. And just some ellipses from Cat for whatever reason. Got modded. And then we've got another modded thing. What's the bra? What happened with Chris was too much drink. Possibly. Hey, Chloe's in. Hi, Chloe. Merry Christmas to you as well. Hope you had a good one. Did you spend it in the van? Of course I did. Yes. We streamed yesterday, in fact, and me and the boys had a lovely evening. So we played Ethan's new game that I got him for Christmas, and yeah, they opened up their presents from me on the stream. Although I'm going to give Ethan some other bits during the week as well, and we've got loads of treats. And yeah, I've just been a bit generous with my wood in the fire this week. I'm going to be honest. I've had it absolutely scorching hot in here. I don't really need this jumper on at this point. I'm kind of feeling like taking it off, but I'm trying to be Christmassy for the stream, so I'm going to be like, okay. But that's why I had to open up the door. I got too warm. Oh dear, but I finally got some wood from Home Bargains. I've been struggling for a few weeks to get any, because the nearest places, well, the place I normally get it from is in Letchworth, and last year they had it all the time, didn't really have any problems, and then but they didn't have some for a couple of times this year, so I had to start going down to Stevenage. But then the last time I went to Stevenage, they didn't have any either. I was like, what we're going to do? So I ended up buying some from B&M's, which isn't, I mean, it's a bit more usable because it's smaller, and in a way it's a bit more dense as well. So it has a different sort of way of burning, but it's actually pretty reasonable. But it's not as cost effective, because it's I think it's like basically about £5 a pack, but the pack doesn't weigh that much. And obviously you're going by weight, generally speaking, about how much fuel you're going to get by weight. And these things weigh way much, like almost double the weight, I'd say, and they're only £4 a pack. So these are way better value for money. And you can see they come as like a really big log, which is really good for nighttime burn, because you can put a couple of those in there, and as long as you burn them, make sure to go from one end to the other, they'll take a long time to kind of spread through, and that's a lot of just burn time out of that amount of wood. So yeah, these are way better to have, and way cheaper, but I couldn't get them, and I was like, oh no, what am I doing? But then I was over Bedford way, and they've got another Home Bargains over there. They had loads, so it was fine. So I just stocked up. I got a massive load, and I've got loads in the front of the cab as well, all stacked up, as well as in my wood store. And I was like, yeah, I'm just going to get like 2-3 weeks worth and just have like a proper, just go for it over this period. And I might head off somewhere and harvest some more firewood from some woods at some point as well, just to add to it. Oh, we've got some people going, have we? Oh, Kat saying you're going to go temporarily and may come back shortly. Well, we'll see if we don't see you soon. Have a lovely evening, Kat. Thanks for popping in. And Grace is going to crash out soon as well. So I'm going to call the stream soon as well. We're over an hour, so I think we're good to call it soon. Certainly, I did not succeed at shutting the box. I'll have another go another day. That seemed to be quite popular. Oh, we've got Anastasia in. Hi, Anastasia. Good to see you. Hope you had a lovely Christmas. Oh, is Susie off? I don't think Susie is off. Right, and then let me just find the chat. So Chloe was saying too warm when it's this cold. That's awesome. So in the summer your van can get too warm, I guess, like all vans. Yes, that fire looks nice. Well, I mean, I can get a good through flow in the summer, and the best trick for staying cool in the summer is head to the coast where it's not as hot. I have a couple of times considered putting some aircon in the back here. The front cab has aircon, and push come to shove, I can turn that on, open up the joining door and blow the cold air through, and then put my fan over by the door to kind of like spread it out to the rest of the van back here. And that can work, but obviously idling the van in hot temperatures is not good for the van. So, and I don't really want to do that hours on end. And you have to have the engine on for the aircon to work in the front, because it works on like the compressors and stuff. They're not the one from electrics, they run from the power of the engine. So I have looked into getting like a portable kind of aircon unit that I could put up in my sort of loft space where my ventilation is. I do know it would fit up there, and I could kind of hook it into the ventilation system so that I could just blow out hot air. Oh, sorry, cold air. Sorry. And yeah, I've been tempted, but in all reality, even with the hot years we've had, there's usually only a couple of nights where it gets that hot that I'm like, yeah, it's a problem. In the daytimes, it's not usually an issue. A couple of ice lollies and just make sure the airflow is good, and that's enough. However, sometimes it would be nice to close the van up properly and not have to come back to it being super hot, which again isn't a problem if I park it in the shade, but as I'm normally parking it in the sun to get solar power, you know, I mean, but I get so much solar in the summer like that, then sometimes I can just go for the one day and park it in the shade. It doesn't matter about not getting the power that day. So yeah, it's not really proven to be a massive issue, which is why I haven't really been incentivized enough to get the aircon unit. But I might do it just for comfort if I can get around to it. It's a lot of money. It's a fair few £100 to get a unit in, and then obviously the effort of like installing it. So yeah. Oh, see you, Susie. Thanks for popping in. You take care of yourself. And so she said, I got a MetaQuest 3S. What is that, Anastasia? Is that like a game? Is that like a computer game or something? And Sparker's saying, sorry, I was waving goodbye to someone leaving. Oh, right. Someone thought you were leaving, Sparker. Oh no, I think Susie's actually going, and she's saying goodbye to you, Sparker, because she's going. And Gracie's back. So yeah, Anastasia, what's this MetaQuest 3S? What's that? I have no idea. Oh, is someone saying it's a VR headset? Is that what Gracie's saying? Ah, that rings a bell. It's an upgraded version of a Metal Quest 3. So, but what is it? Is it the VR headset, or is it something else? Is it a game? Like I'm assuming that's what Gracie was talking about, headset. It does ring a bell, something like that. I mean, I don't follow everything, to be fair. I was talking to some of my family members, like sort of job stuff came up, and got into like a bit like the AI and robotic stuff. And then and my sister was saying that she wasn't really worried about all that, because she thought the bigger sort of like that people aren't really invested in that as much as they are with the things like the weight loss stuff. And I was like, what do you mean weight loss stuff? And she's like, do you not watch the news? I'm like, no, not really. And she explained to me about this appetite suppressing injection that has been made popular by the influencers, and is basically a big thing, and is being heavily invested in or something, and they're pushing it out. Crazy stuff. Something's beyond reach. Person of action, 4 words. I'm stuck on a crossword. Oh, says Clay. Okay, Chloe. Person of action, 4 words. Do you mean a 4-letter word or actually 4 words? Uh, um, do you mean 4 letters? Um, yeah, Gracie. No, the boys are at their nan and granddad's. My parents. I left them there because they were with me today over there, but I left them playing on their switches. 4 letters. Okay, so 1 word, 4 letters. Person of action. Okay. Whoa, that's yeah, doer. That could be. That's gonna be good. That's not bad. I mean, it depends, I suppose. Person of action. Um, Like it can't be actor. That's just too. That's too much. Um, Was that correct then, Chloe? Does do a fit? Because I assume we don't have any letters on it already. Yeah, let us know any others you get stuck on, Chloe. We will be pleased to help. Although I will probably wrap this up in maybe 10, 15 minutes tops. It's definitely my brain is definitely struggling. I think it's like I say, partly like the come down from the sugar, and also it's just the like I struggle to basically spend time around people that I'm not like keen on. If you see what I mean, I have to put a lot of effort into kind of like saying the right things and watching what I say around people, and my family definitely fall into that category. Whereas if I'm like around Noah or Tim, I can just say what I like, and it's like, no one's going to give me grief if I say something weird or stupid, and people will forgive my ignorance on certain subjects and stuff. So yeah, it's I'm a lot more comfortable, and I don't have to think so hard about what I'm saying. Heavenly place, 6 letters. Heaven. Oh dear. Do your family ever watch your stream? Asked Rach. I don't think they do. I know that one of my nephews had sort of seen some of my videos early on, but I'm pretty sure none of them watch the streams, to be honest. Um, and yeah, I like my parents have no interest in my YouTube, although like they know that I do it. And so the little like thing in terms of the psychology of my parents, right, is I started up a business and they didn't have much faith in me at all about it. And then I made it a very strong business, did well with it. They helped me in a couple of bits and pieces, but nothing major. But mostly it was because I hired them in and I was paying them wages. But before you know it, they kind of like almost felt like it was their business because they had helped me. But like I was paying you wages for this. Like, what are you talking about? And if anything, they were always a pain in the head about it all. But lo and behold, they got to the point where they felt like they could do it all better than me. And so obviously, when I wanted to give it up and let them have it, and well, I sold it to them, they jumped at that because they thought they could do it all. They've run it to the ground. I kid you not. But yet they're still convinced that they were better at it than me, which is just kind of like their absolute surety that they can always do something better than me. And like my dad showed no interest in my van at all. I wouldn't even come inside of it or have even look inside that much or anything until he got himself his motorhome, and then he's poking his head in to compare his stuff against mine, and was basically anything he could see was different. He was saying, "Oh, mine does this, mine does that," and so, and some of the stuff was a bit like, "Well, I don't think that's any better. I think that's worse than mine." But and now, like, well, I'm over there today, and they're talking about their trip around Scotland, and like they like basically they'd been given like a selfie stick essentially by like a slash tripod type thing by I think by my sister. So then next time they're doing trips, they can take photos of them both in them, and that a bit easier, which I thought was a very nice gift actually. But my mum was dropping stuff about how they thought they might actually like maybe they should start doing a YouTube channel for it or something, because there was so many funny things happening and stuff. And I'm thinking they've never once said anything about doing a YouTube channel, but then I'm doing YouTube and suddenly like, and I'm like, that's my parents said they'd want to do it just to show that they could do it better than me. And that got my like I had to kind of clamp down saying anything to that. I was like, yeah, it's and there's a bit of me understanding, like, if they wanted to do it, all better for them if they wanted to go off and do that and share it with people. But at the same time, I was a bit like, oh, it's just like it's the motivation that annoys me. But yeah, it's but they definitely don't watch mine. They but I remember one of my videos. Like basically, I think it was the first one with the boys or something. I can't remember. It might have been my very first video. Yeah, it might even been my very first one because the boys got very excited about me doing YouTube, and they loved the video. So they essentially, like Henry, essentially sat down and forced them to watch the video with him, and they had to watch that one. And they didn't really come to me and say anything. They didn't say, "Oh, like, we're really proud of you. Did anything good?" No, no, no positive comments at all, because that's not my parents at all. They just sort of kind of almost dismissed it as anything. And yeah, the only time my dad's asked me about it is when he's tried to do some stuff with Henry, because he started trying to do some filming with Henry. If you look on Henry's channel, and he has actually watched his channel, he has a couple of videos. He started off with about a hole that he was digging in the garden, and his granddad had an idea about turning it into a YouTube thing and thought that it could make it go viral, but they didn't even really do the videoing properly, because they just struggled with all of that, because they went into it half cocked, as he always does. But it was only at that point he started asking me anything about YouTube, just like wanting to know like a few bits and pieces. And I could tell he was, because he had something in his head he wanted to do, and it wasn't that he had any interest in my channel so much that he just wanted to like pick a bit of my brains about whether it would be difficult or not to do a bit of YouTube. So yeah, you know. Yeah, I know you wouldn't give me any grief, Gracie. Although if I say it's stupid enough, then yeah. You're still trying to help Chloe, I see. We've got the viral trend saying, is that log burner? It is indeed. Yep. Sorry, that took me a long time to reply to that. I was just having a little bit of a monologue as usual. Can't you go independent, Molly? What do you mean independent? Yeah, it's not. It's not bad parenting. It's just bad peopling. My parents are damaged people. A lot of stuff happened when I was younger, and it kind of shaped the members of my family into some fairly bad people. To be honest, I honestly, I'm aware that I got damaged by it, and I'm often amazed at how sort of I've ended up coming out of it, like the person I am. Like it's pretty mental. I should be way worse than I am, and I don't know how that happened. I'm certainly better than a lot of them in terms of just the emotional intelligence and things like that. It's crazy. But that took a long time to get there as well, to be honest. So I wasn't very good when I was younger. I've got to be honest. Oh dear. Graham Goodside saying, do you have all your window cleaning gear in the van, poles, water ladder, etc.? Not, yes, I guess, yeah, because I use the water from my tank below me, but because I'm all traditional, it's not like I have a big tank full of like filtered water. And I have a pole, but it's just one telescopic pole for doing like a little bit of work, but I try to avoid using that. It's mostly traditional, so I'm up the ladder, I'm on the roof, I'm doing what I've got to do to get the clean done. But yeah, my ladders are just up above me. So as you've asked, you've shown some interest. There's my ladders stored across there, as you do. Yeah, it's a good way to store them actually inside the vehicle, because they stay warm. You can see they're above the stove. And I tell you, window cleaning with the full van is way better than in the car. I was talking to Michael, another cleaner, about this on the stream, and yeah, I don't think I could go back. I don't, like, if I didn't have this van and I started to live in a house, I think I would. Yeah, let's try and get the tree in. There you go. I honestly think I would still want a bigger vehicle like this to do the window cleaning in, because it makes it way more nicer. We've got Right Said Fred in, great name. We have good genetics in the hair department. True. I can't fault the parents for the genetics on the hair department. They've still got full heads of hair, and I fully expect I will at their age as well. So I'll take that as a win. Gracie's saying they are probably making a bit of a competition. Yeah, it's one of these things. Just my parents don't have original thought much. This is a thing that I coined in my own head, which is that sometimes you can have like an original thought that is really simple, really obvious. Like the first person who, for instance, invented the wheel, right? We all look at the wheel, it's an obvious thing. But before it was invented, completely alien idea, right? Or like pre-sliced bread, yeah, things like that. there's things where you look at it, you go, it's pretty obvious, that's a good idea. And of course, I don't think pre-sliced bread is a good idea, but obviously it was good enough to sell a lot of it. But you get my drift. My drift with this sort of thing. There were some ideas where when someone goes, "Oh, have you thought about that?" You go, "Oh my god, of course, it's so obvious, right?" And most of us would go, "Whoa, we missed that. Fantastic idea. Thanks very much. Crack on." My parents don't react like that to a great idea. They go, "Oh yeah, I suppose you could." Yeah. Bit sort of non-committal, negative, and then on their own time they'll re-have the idea, and then they'll start either spinning it off as it was their idea, or they'll just not really acknowledge that the idea was given to them and just carry on with it. And they do that with my business. They don't acknowledge that I did anything like impressive with it, even though I started a business from scratch and did pretty much every part of it in order to grow it. From basically knocking on doors to build up work, cleaning the windows myself, hiring people, firing people, learning how to train people, how to interview people, crazy stuff. Obviously learning how to help people set up like within the business, learning about all the insurance stuff, learning about how to write contracts, because I did a lot of contract work myself. I ended up learning how to do I learned a load of coding languages to be able to design the systems. I designed all the website front end, but also the back end systems. I did all this sort of stuff, and they never stop and go, "Do you know what? You did a really great thing here." And you put a lot of stuff in. No, none of that. Just oh no, he was crap at this. It's a bad business. We did a lot better job. And I'm like, well, okay, whatever. So yeah, and this is what I talk about. They're not great parents because there's not a huge amount of support. But there you go. What happens if you put alien into an alien? What on earth? I don't know what you're talking about. Right. I remember you saying you get a percentage of the fee you charge. What's this? Sure, I remember you saying you get a percentage of the something you charge, so get rid of the rest of the takers and just take 100% minus tax. So you're saying if I did it all myself? Yeah, but the thing is, I've got to go and build up that work, and you can imagine if I just took the work from my parents, which is possible, but just because you can do something, it doesn't mean you should do something. One of the reasons I sold the business to my parents and not to somebody else, because I sold it to them real cheap, and I knew that they probably wouldn't really do that well with it. But it kind of mended some fences because they always felt that I just pushed them out of the business. But essentially, I was growing the business, and my mum's job was to man the phones, and she would gripe at me all the time. And I'm kid you not, this is a real story, right? So about a week before Henry was born, my mum has a conversation with me. She goes, "No, obviously you're going to have a newborn son soon. And I'm aware that you're not going to really want to do too much with the business for the first few weeks at least. So obviously I'll make sure that I take care of things, and you can lean on me a bit. I'll try to take as much account." I was like, "Brilliant, appreciate that." 2 days after he's born, and I'm like, I'm a new dad. I've got very little sleep. And like something stupid, like at 7 o'clock in the morning, she's ringing my phone, like ring. Oh, we went off. Sorry. Yeah, so she's ringing my phone at like 7 o'clock in the morning, waking me up, just to have a moan at me because some customer phoned up and was being agitated with her, and I'd upset her. And I was like, sorry, can I just check you've actually called me up for this? Because I said to her, there was a point, I said, "Sorry, I get that this is not great, but what do you need from me? Do you need me to call the guy? Do you need me to deal with what's going on?" And she's like, "I don't need you to do anything. I'm just really agitated by it." And I was like, "Oh, right, okay." So then I tried not to say anything. So then later that day, I kind of went around and I sort of very calmly expressed my thoughts and said, "Look, I don't want to be rude about this, but I can't have you calling me at 7 o'clock in the morning when I've had barely any sleep anyway, and there was no point in it other than you just wanting to vent to me, and I really can't handle that right now. I need you, like, if that sort of thing happens, wait a few hours and then you can come and vent to me, but just don't wake me up at 7 o'clock in the morning just to have a vent and nothing else." And she had an absolute go at me and about that, and I was all in the wrong. So it was that point where I started to realise maybe I can't use her for this work anymore. And she started complaining about all the work she had to do because we were building in new customers. So I basically realised I need to hire somebody else in or do it myself or something. So I essentially said, look, I don't need you anymore to do the work. And I didn't want to just fire her. So I said, look, my dad was working with me at the same time. And I said, look, I'll pay dad basically what I was paying you. So I'll pay dad his money plus yours. So you'll still get the same amount of money, but I just don't need you to do the work anymore because you're obviously not happy doing it. It's causing a bit of friction, and I think it's best not. And literally, she practically disowned me for that. And to this day, I still don't understand the logic of me basically saying to somebody, "Look, I pay the work. I pay the same money. Just don't do the work." I don't know who turns that around and goes, "Oh, you're the worst son in the world, and I don't want to know you anymore," type deal. But that's what happens. So when I was thinking about giving up the business due to health reasons, I was like, maybe if I give it back, if I give it to them and do it on some sort of basis where they can pay me back, and they don't have to pay me too much, it can mend the fence, because I knew that it was straining relationships and between like with my boys and stuff, and causing a lot of other frictions. So I was like, okay, this might be a good way to deal with a few things, and yeah, and then that kind of solved that. But then I have to still deal with them like for the work side of things. But I guess I could go out and build a new round myself, but I just don't really want to. And stealing it from them would just cause all the issues again, I think. So yeah, it's just a case of just dealing with it and not worrying too much. Right, I'm probably well behind on the chat. Let me see. Interesting comments, Molly. Keep going. Some parents, older people have minds set in stone. Hi, Chuck. Good to see you in. Merry Christmas, Chuck. It's been a while. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's just they're not like. I mean, to be honest, I can't tell you all the stuff that happened when I was a child. There was I had a pretty rough childhood as things goes. You know, I didn't think of it that way when I was younger. I honestly didn't. But looking back, I'm like, okay, yeah, that was pretty bad. There's some pretty bad stuff going on. Not the worst. There's people out there way worse than me. But yeah, it makes you think as an adult. And I think this is the thing that at last sort of, I don't know, it's at least 5 years now, I think, but for a while now, especially the last couple of years when I've been like, so it's something about YouTube and doing videos and talking on screen like this. And this is partly why I decided to do the streams, because it helps me talk to the camera. It helps me kind of work this stuff out. It also helps me think. It really does. Like, we all know this. Having somebody to talk to and bounce your ideas back and forth and really helps you percolate, especially for someone like me who doesn't hear their thoughts, right? And so I have to say them out loud. And I've been known to talk to myself in order to kind of like get it out. But talking to you guys and like talking to friends, getting feedback and that. And also sometimes it's like a litmus test just to see. So, and sometimes, you know, I'll talk to Noah about something and I'm like, oh, he's just run off the deep end with that. It's not reasonable. But then I realised, no, actually he was bang on, because I was in the thick of it and didn't really think that what he was saying was legit. But like a year or two goes by and I'm like, no, he was legit. He was right there. I was like, I should have been listening to Noah. So, but yeah, so sometimes, you know, you need a bit of feedback. But it does help me. And like I say, last few years or so, I've definitely been processing a lot of it and understanding that there was a lot of things going on with me and with my family that I just didn't really think of, because I'd stopped like just processing it when I was younger, I think. And that sort of stuff just happens, like self-defense mechanism, I suppose. Sparker says, I'm going to invent an autocorrect punch bag where you get to beat the living shit out of autocorrect. Yeah, that's fair play. We do need that. Who was calling me at 7 a.m? My mum. So that was my point. Is she said she was going to support me during like the first few weeks of like having like a newborn baby, and then within 2 days she's just literally caused me grief like at 7 o'clock in the morning for no reason. I'm like, what? This wouldn't be called any other time, but this is really bad. When like first of all, you shouldn't even be answering the phone to a customer at like stupid times in the morning. Like, what are you even doing? Like, you're not supposed to be dealing with phone calls until 8. And I talked to her about this after. I said, why were you answering the phone at 7 o'clock in the morning? She goes, well, I thought it was going to be something like this, and I thought I had to deal with it. No, you know the rules. Office is open from like basically 8 a.m. and like, you know, you shouldn't even be taking a call. Like, what on earth? So yeah, weird stuff. Chris saying, got to have the hair of a dog. Well, got to have that hair of the dog with my name on it. Yeah, fair play, Chris. Dearie me. Latest. Yeah, go scalp that dog, Chris. Laters. Rach says it's good therapy. Yeah, it is. Talking is talking. It's whether it's a therapist or not. I mean, there's things obviously I won't talk about here. You guys probably don't really want to hear it. Certainly the randoms don't, and it's not appropriate for some of the younger people. But yeah, it's at least it gets me thinking, and it allows me to kind of get perspective on a lot of things. And some of the things I've talked to you guys about, some of you have let me know in private about some of your situations. And yeah, I'm definitely not the only one with some bad history and whatnot that kind of shapes you. It really does. It shapes you a lot. You don't realize how much it is actually. It's weird. Like, obviously some people, they're probably going to get therapy early on. I feel like I should have got some sort of psychological help as a child, for sure, after what happened with us. And I think that was a massive hole for all of the adults. Like, every adult in my life dropped that ball, and I'm like, what on earth were you all doing? That's mental. Like, now, I don't think a child would be allowed to go through anything even remotely similar without some level of psychological sort of assessment and probably getting some kind of help and support. But yeah, I look at it now and I'm like, it's pretty obvious. I just kind of shut down a lot of stuff, didn't really process a lot of it, and went through life without having dealt with it until essentially you realise when stuff happens to you as an adult, wow, that's where this is coming from inside of me, but also how I've managed to make all these really bad decisions in life. Yeah, and you have to learn from it. And that's all you can do. You learn from it and move forward, and that's kind of what I'm trying to do. Chuck saying not invented here, NIH syndrome, a common organisational and psychological phenomenon where groups reject ideas or knowledge simply because they originated from an external source. Yeah, I'm not surprised that has a name. I see that happening all the time on an individual basis as well as a group basis. That is a mental thing. So don't you have the inner monologue, Molly? No. So I'm not an expert, but this is one thing I know a lot about, which is how people's brains work. So there were way different loads of things of how a brain works. So the first one is, there was not like the main thing. There's two main parts, right? Okay. But the first one of those is that people think differently in terms of how they think. So there were people who think in words. So like if I say think about the fruit you've eaten today, you'll in your head hear the words like maybe apple, pear, whatever. Then there's people who think in images where they'll see those things, right? I'm a bit different, right? Because there's other layers to this, where then there's the people who think not just in images, but also like moving images, video basically, or like, almost like you see the memory, you relive it, right? And that's kind of like what I do. So if I try to think about what I've eaten today, I will see all the things in front of me, and I can either run through them at the point I did them, or I can just put them all together into one kind of like that. Put it on the table. That's what it would look like. But then when I'm actually thinking of complex stuff, it's like it's more of a kind of like for instance, if I think about the van, it's like having an MRI of the van, and you can sort of see it, like almost like an X-ray vision type thing, where I can just see the whole thing as a three-dimensional object, and I can see all parts of it, not just the So it's like it's weird. I can't explain it as a perspective, but it's like an all and everything perspective. And that's how I see things. So I don't see things from one side, I see things from all around. So like if I put banana in front of me, I don't see just the banana, I see the whole thing all the way around at all points. And it's just the way that my brain works, right? So, but here's the interesting bit, okay? That's just the first part, whether you think in words or images, which is the main categories, but then you have these other ones as well. But here's the interesting one. But then everyone thinks at a different speed, right? So even if you think in words, right, and you've got two people thinking in words, they will think at different speeds, right? And there's this, and I learned, and the example is this: if this was a video of a field, right, with a track going across like a road, right, and you had a car, and it just drove from one side to the other, but then you loop it, right? So then the cars just continue just going like that, and if you go quick enough, the car just disappears. So my finger can go like that, but if I go quick enough, the finger just disappears like that, right? So a bit like if your lights, like the old kind of light, the kind of I don't know, halogen ones or whatever, the kind of there's the lights where they're actually just flashing on and off, but you don't see the flash because the flash is so fast, right? And so they appear to be on the whole time. It's like the reverse of that. You basically, your thoughts are so fast that they come and go so quick that you don't hear them. So even if you have like you think in words, you don't necessarily hear the words, and so you have people who it's just blank up there. And mine's kind of like that. Most of the time, I'm not hearing or anything. So I don't hear, I don't see anything in my head. It's just like a blank, and I'm just saying the words and I'm just doing the thing. But when I'm thinking very intensely and I try to slow things down and try to encapsulate what I'm talking about, then I get like this three-dimensional kind of thing happening, and it's not words, it's not even an image, it's a whole thing. But then everybody's different. That's the thing. So there are people out there who can hear an inner monologue because they think in words and they think slow enough they can hear it. Then there's people who are thinking in words, but they actually don't hear them because they're so fast that this has just been and gone before you get to hear them. And then there's people who are thinking images. And so normally the people who are thinking in images and further down the path, like what I am, they're called the three-dimensional thinkers, or in old money, dyslexic. Okay, so dyslexic people, they're three-dimensional thinkers, whereas like the non-dyslexic people are two-dimensional. When that's where like you have writing comes in, is people who basically think in words. When you're reading things on a page, it's very easy to follow that, no problem. But three-dimensional, what you do is you're able, like now, and this is, no, I don't have a problem with reading because I don't have the image thing, because I do it from all around. It's a weird thing. So my mechanism is not quite the same as like a standard sort of three-dimensional thinker, where they would have to, like, if you showed them, like, say, put a cake in front of them, they would see it from a perspective, but they can shift the perspective. Whereas I don't shift the perspective, I just see it from the whole way and like the whole time. So there's no shift for me. But a dyslexic person or three-dimensional thinking person will shift the image in their mind. And so, and it's a mechanism that apparently happens for these people without even trying. So when they're confused or they're trying to work something out, their brain just does that and tries to look at it from different angles. And when they're reading, and you're reading a two-dimensional book, and your brain tries to do that at a three-dimensional shift around, they will literally see the words just like warping and doing weird stuff, and it just turns into gobbledygook for real. Now, I never had that, even though I'm diagnosed as dyslexic. I don't get that problem because, oh, hold on, this is going to mess up the stream, but it's going to need to go on charge. It's going to just for a second. I do apologize. And we're back. Yeah, let me just check that I've got all the chat on, and I've got to make sure that I haven't missed any. Yeah, we've got more messages on. I'll go back up in the chat in a minute. But I'm on a waffle. You know me, I'm on a waffle. Yeah, so it's a fascinating thing. I started looking into it when I was diagnosed with dyslexia, and I read a book called The Gift of Dyslexia, and then I've done a fair bit more research on it after that and learned other bits and pieces. And it just fascinates me that how different people think in different ways. And like, there's things that I've learned about the way people think. So for instance, there were people who I call linear thinkers, where they can only think of one thing at a time. And so think of it like this, think like their thoughts are like a filing cabinet, where in order to think about, like, let's say you want to make a decision and you need to think about like the dozen different factors that are involved, right? Like maybe you're thinking about getting a new job and you have to think about, like, you know, the travel time and expense. You have to think about, you know, like all the process to do with, like, you know, like maybe relearning like new skills or something. You have to think about like how much it's going to, like, you know, whether you're going to actually get a pay bump. You're going to have to think about the people that maybe, you know, you're no longer going to see at work, and maybe you have to make new work friends. There's lots of factors involved in a decision like that, how it affects other people in your life, and all sorts of things, right? Maybe you've got a factor in the school run if you've got kids. There's loads of stuff. There's loads of factors, right? So anyway, let's say you're making a decision on that. So a linear thinker, they have like a really neat filing cabinet, right? But the only caveat is they're only allowed to take out one piece of information at a time. So they can take the piece of information out, like a one file, put it on the table and have a little look at it and go, okay, that's one thing. And then they put that back in their file cabinet, get out a new piece, go, okay, that's another factor. Okay. And then one by one they cycle through, and and if they go, oh, do you know, but what was that first one again? They have to go back, grab it, and look at it again, and they kind of cycle through in this very slow process, looking around and around and around until eventually they go, okay, I think I've got the idea now. This is my decision. Whereas then you've got other people where they're more of like a multi-view kind of thing. Whereas I don't have this neat filing cabinet, and I'll be honest, it has its downsides, because what I do instead is more akin to just grabbing all of the files, throwing them down in a random way on the table and looking at them all at the same time and going, okay, these are all the factors all in one go, and I can quickly just go weigh it all up, boom, job done. It's a very quick way to do it. However, it's a messy way. So then the issue is, if someone wants me to explain how I got to where I wanted to go, and especially if they're the kind of person who needs it to be in this neat one at a time thing, it's very difficult for me to go, well, this is how I explain how I got to my decision, because the process wasn't like this neat, like thought out thing. It's like a big, just poof, there it is, there's the mess answer, let's go. So it makes it very, like, I will get agitated if someone keeps second guessing my decisions. Like, I don't mind if someone asks me to make a decision for them, but then it's like, don't second guess me. And yeah, it's, and also, like, my mind is basically a big mess rather than a nice neat filing cabinet, and you can imagine that obviously that has downsides as well. But there's ups and downsides to how brains work, basically. But that's another one, like the difference between a linear thinker and a non-linear thinker, essentially. And I think that's, you know, there's other terms. Probably people have already got official terms for these. You know, you've got the neurodivergence and the neurotypicals and stuff like that. But in my mind, you can't box anyone into one specific thing because there's too many variations. Right, let me quickly go back up and find some chat. Molly, whoa, no, we've got to go further. Wow, I've missed loads. Sorry. Right. Whoa. Idea appropriate. Whoa. I tell you what, Chuck's throwing in some great stuff here. Right. So idea appropriation, when a person dismisses an idea when it is first presented. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Are you serious about that? No, that's the thing. Right, that's fine. We can skip that bit. We've got modded. Smell the silent judgment. Yeah, that's fair play. Yeah, Hagamant. Good to have you in. Merry Christmas, Hagamante, if you're still in. I've always had this weird thing where I associate low-end numbers with colours. Yep, that's the thing. Some people will literally see smells or smell colours or have colours to smells, and yeah, just so there's some really cool things like people who have their brains wired in a certain way. So the people who can do like maths really fast, right? Okay, where like just process it, right? So this is an interesting one. That's just a difference in brain wiring. It's not that they can do anything better than anyone else. So for instance, we all do it without even noticing. If you throw a ball to me and I catch it, that's a lot of maths. That's a lot of on-the-fly maths, like really complicated stuff. Just to see where the ball's coming, predict where it's going to be, and get your hand there at the right time, at the right speed to catch it. Okay, just to put your hand there, but to put your hand there and to draw it back like a catch, so you go oof like that, and so to take the impact off, it gets really common. That's a simple thing, but then do that while you're running, right? And then instead of it being catching, stick a racket in your hand and start smacking that thing and trying to work out where it's going to be to hit it, how hard to hit it, where you want it to go. And you think about all the things you process on the fly like that, right? So there's a processing center you have in your brain that does all that, and these people who can do all the maths, like they're just basically, they're wired so that the maths part is wired into that part, so then they can, and just like us, but they're doing it with the conscious rather than some subconscious mind. It's crazy. It's cool. So Rachel, I've heard of that, Spark. There is a name for it. Yeah. There is a name for the colours thing and stuff like that. Yeah. Molly, the train illusion is a good one to describe that. It appears to be moving backwards or forwards, but it's a short clip of a train moving forwards. Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about there. Yeah. Grace saying I'm dyslexic. Yeah, well, I don't like the term dyslexic. I prefer the term three-dimensional thinkers. That's what we are. We're three-dimensional thinkers, Gracie. It's weird, Rach, but the numbers and colours have been the same since I was a child. Yeah, like for instance, I don't like odd numbers. I like even numbers. I'm one of those people on the volume control. It always had to be an even number. And I noticed there's some people who design phones now out there who basically would only have the even numbers on the scale. So it wouldn't go 1 to 100. It would go 2, 4, 6, 8 all the way to 100. And you know they could have just done 1 to 50, but they're like, no way, we're going 2 to 100. We're like, well, 0 to 100, but only on the evens. And then eventually someone went, we'll just get rid of the numbers entirely, because then we don't have to deal with any of this. How often are you seeing bananas? I'm not seeing bananas often. That was just an example. The name will come to me. Yeah, that's fine. Rachel, graphing colours, a graphic. Yeah, there we got some names in there. Could be Gracie, because I was assessed in my youth and the assessor said I had no short-term memory. Yeah, see, my working memory is very strong, which is just like it's kind of like the RAM for a computer. Basically, it's what I'm working with right at that time, and I can remember quite long strings of numbers. I can multitask and pay attention to lots of things at one go, and really encompass. But given me 5 minutes, I've forgotten it all. It's gone. Like, I have to stay focused and in it. The second that I switch off working memory, and then I rely on even short term, let alone long term memory, gone. It's absolutely done. I think I might have missed Gracie, but bye bye, Gracie, if I haven't missed you. Have a good evening. Right. Yeah, you go and crash, Gracie. Oh, we've got Chuck asking what colour is 1, 2, and 3. Green. Cool. Yeah, I got to admit, I don't have the colour thing. That's really interesting that you'd have like numbers associated with colours. But like 1, 2, 3, I guess they're not all the same green though. They have like a slight different hue, are they, or something like that. Oh no, Gracie is still here. I didn't miss you entirely then. 1 white, 2 green, 3 orange, 4 grey, 5 blue, 6 yellow, 7, and then you got cut off. I'll get the idea though. Not sure about 7. You're not sure about 7? What, like it has like, you're not sure the colour, or like, in terms of what to call it, or you're not sure like it changes? What? How are you not sure? That is curious though. We'll have to have a conversation about that when we get on the phone. You're going to tell me all about the colour thing, and get me a bit more detail, because I'm always fascinated with like how brains work and how our senses work and stuff like that. The whole idea that the world around us is a lie that our brains make up, just with the time sense of things, because just like the brain is always playing tricks with your mind. So you think that you're experiencing everything that's happening now, but actually what you're experiencing is a prediction of what your brain thinks is going to happen. Tell me if you've ever experienced this, right? Where you think something has happened, and a split second later, like half a second later or something, you realize that you were completely wrong. So like, for instance, you might think somebody just like something was flying at you, like maybe like, or whatever, and then you realize, oh no, it was flying like a meter away from where you were, but for a second you thought it was at you. Or you thought someone was putting their hand out to shake you, but then they were actually just putting their hand up like to touch something, and like something basically like a glitch in the matrix, essentially, where you think something is happening and then it didn't. And it can be like somebody said something or did something, and I notice this. I see this with people. Like, it's more obvious from the outside. So like, I will see like Henry knock something over, and he would have no idea that he knocked it over or to even touch the thing, right? But yet my brain's like, how did you not? Because you basically were looking at it, touched it with your hand. But I can see he generally didn't, and he's not the only one. Like, I've seen adults do this, and I'm like, that's mental, because I saw you do it, but your brain didn't see you do that. And it's this predictive thing. Your brain predicted that you weren't going to hit the bottle, so you didn't. And so, and because it never saw you actually, and it's this weird thing, your brain is making up what's about to happen from the sensory information you have. Because if it tried to tell you what was happening when it knew what was happening, it's already missed it. It's already gone, if you see what I mean. So it's a bit like essentially, if I go to put my hand out to like touch something that's moving, essentially, I have to predict where it's going to be to touch it first of all, but also my hand, it takes a certain amount of time for my hand to tell me, like send a signal up to say, brain, I'm now touching it. So for you to think that you feel it when you touch it, your brain has to predict when that happens. And so your brain says you're touching it before you're touching it, if you see what I mean. And it's mental. And I'm just like, there's some videos out there that explain this way better than I am. But just this idea that our brains are tricking us the whole time. And this is where the idea of the force comes from, being able to predict what's about to happen. Because people get the sense that they can predict, because you can. Your brain is a prediction engine, and you can actually push it forward. And we do this, like for instance, when you're driving. So if Kat was still in, he'd know what he might be able to sense what I'm talking about here, because you see it more when you're learning. But essentially, you're predicting what's going to happen with the traffic flow. So you're predicting the future. You're literally like going, this car's going to come up, and then there's going to be a gap. And you can tell that the car behind is moving just a little bit slower. They're not accelerating as big, so the gap's going to form, and so then you get out into the gap. And some people's brains are better at predicting that longer distance than others, which is why some people are better drivers than others. And some people are sitting there at a junction waiting for a gap just to be huge, because they have to know it's a gap. But there's other people going, well, that's going to be a gap. And your brain tells you it's a gap before it's even a gap. So and this is the weird thing. So you'll have somebody sitting there, and their brain isn't predicting it, so they're going, it's not a gap, it's not a gap. Meanwhile, your brain is going, it's a gap. It's clearly a gap, I can see it. And it's like, no, yeah, you think you can see it, but you're predicting it, you're not seeing it. And the subtlety as you get very close to the actual current space-time, so to speak, so the current sort of second that you're supposed to be living in, obviously the harder it is to tell what is and isn't a prediction. But when you're pushing it out a few seconds into the future, you can sort of see, you kind of know. And so I started paying attention to that when I learned about this phenomenon. I was like, yeah, my brain does that. I predict really well far into the future. And I'm like, that feels like kind of like some sort of Jedi thing where you're like, you can see what's about to happen. I think like with Anakin Skywalker when he's doing like the racing, and he's so good because he can see what's about to happen. I'm like, that's where they got this stuff from, surely. Oh dear. Sorry, this is the stuff that fascinates me. I know I'm on a rant. You're right, Gracie. You think it would be blue-green, like a turquoise kind of colour, kind of like that, kind of like that one, Sparker. So that's 7 then. Are you colourblind, Sparker? Wow. What? Hold on. So wait. So when you say you see these colours, do they have colour? So the numbers, do they actually have colour and everything else doesn't, or is it that they're the same as the other things that you see? So there's something that is red, but you don't see the red. That's that whatever it is you see. Is that what you see when you see a red color, or is it that they're the color and everything else isn't? That's mad. So what's Gracie saying? Who are you talking to about dropping an email, Gracie? I'm lost. Thank you, Chuck. Yeah, but yeah, the prediction thing is just mental. Colours blend wrongly for me. Well, we're going to have a big conversation about this at some point, Sparker, for sure. You're what, Gracie? What are you talking about? I'm going to go back and see if I can work out what Gracie's talking about. No, I don't know. You just said, you want to know mine, I'll drop you an email or something sometime next week. I don't know who you're talking to and about what, Gracie, but and yours, what yours works, what of yours works like what? Come on, give me some context when you're writing. I can squeeze through a door that's open slightly, like not even 3 centimeters open. Yeah, that's just you being skinny. 3 centimeters, what? Yeah, still streaming, Cat. I got onto a bit of just the topic that I like. I just got onto the human mind and stuff, and the human mind fascinates me. If I tell you, if I could have been working in any profession, I would have done something to do with psychology and or what's the one where you're dealing with the actual brain, the mechanical parts of it. But yeah, I just love that whole sort of, just the human experience and how it all works. It's mental. Predictive processing in the brain, neuroscience widely accepts that the brain functions largely as a prediction engine. Yes, that's what a brain is. It's just a prediction engine. The weird thing is as well, all the sensory inputs that it's getting are misaligned and at the wrong time, and some of it it uses. Like, so your ears hear things at different times, and the shape of your ear helps basically funnel that into us in a way which helps you be able to dictate where things are. And that's why, like a dog, when it's trying to work out where something is, will tilt its head, because you can only work it out in one plane. And so if you tilt your head, you can work the other plane. You can tell if it's high or low. Our ears are shaped in a certain way, which helps us tell whether it's high or low a certain amount. But for the most part, it's but it does take that difference in timing, and it's fractional, but it uses that to make up more information. Whereas there's other bits where it's like just having to compensate. So when you hear and see things, it's at a different speed, because obviously speed of sound, speed of light are different. And when you've got like lightning striking a few miles away, the difference is obvious. But when you're even talking about something just the other side of the room, you'll see it before you hear it. But you obviously, how you perceive that is it happened at the same time, and your brain does that. It kind of lies to you, and how you feel things. So if you see somebody slap your hand and you hear it, so you go, you hear that, you see that, and you feel that all at the same time, but none of that came to your brain at the same time. Every one of those senses hit you at a different time, but your brain predicted. So my hand going like that, and if you just, and I know I'm about to stop, but like you could literally get close enough that it sounds like, and then your brain will tell you, did I hear a clap, did I not? So it predicts it. And so there's a point where you could make everyone in the room think that they heard you clap, because you could be just, and that's one of those things where you, like magicians use, where like or you can trick a dog where you do that, and then the last one is like, it sounds like you, and then you might hear the clap and not actually, or like with the dog where you're throwing the ball up, and then you hide the ball and you don't throw anything, but their brain says they saw the ball fly up because they saw you do it enough times. So it's just tricky stuff. It's brilliant. Oh, is Cat off? See you, Cat. We've got Theodore back in for another shout out for his dad. Shout out to your dad then, Theodore. Right. Could I call you Teddy? Hey! Spark saying, I do see colours, Chuck, but if you look at the colour blindness charts, I see hardly any of the numbers. Or we're getting numbers and the colours confused again now, Spark. Oh dear. Right, anyway, that's enough chit chat from me. I think I've spewed enough like monologue. We need to kind of cut this one. I think we've gone over 2 hours in the end, which has been nice. It's been a lovely time. I've loved chatting to all you guys. But I do feel like I want to eat something before it gets super, super late. I can sense I need something solid in my stomach. So it's been lovely. We'll obviously do another one tomorrow. I look forward to seeing some of you then. Oh, Gracie says something. Okay, I'll check out my email, Gracie. Yeah, brilliant to have seen you all. Thanks for joining me for my waffle and for the game. Oh, look at the fire going behind me. Awesome. It's going really nice now. Yeah, I love this new setup. It's brilliant. Love you all. See you anon. Enjoy some food tonight. I will do, Rach, and I hope you have a lovely one. See you, Chuck. It was lovely to have you back again. I hope we see more of you, Chuck. I really do. But yeah, you're all fantastic. Love you. Have fun.